We're at Pulltown, Bowling Green, and I'm here with Lincoln. And Lincoln Andrews, look at here. He used to when his dad was running this one. But he is a gentleman responsible for cutting all these awesome tires. He's going to tell us a little bit about them. So,
well, I run Traction Unlimited. We built our business off doing custom tire work, and we're blessed to have customers in 30 states. We're not the biggest tire cutter, but pretty proud of our work. Our biggest market is clearly in the 38-inch tire market, so a lot of antiques, hot farms, pro farms, a lot of mile-an-hour stuff. If it's rubber and round and we can do something for you, we're more than happy to try to work with you, and just enjoy being at the tractor pulls and around the people. It's where I grew up, so it feels home, and
great people here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a lot of great people.
Good group of people, and you get to know people from all over the country and actually develop friendships. So it's just pretty cool to be here around everybody and see all these fans. So that's kind of why we're here.
Oh yeah. Now Lincoln, can you tell me about? He's got some great displays on these two tires. We'll step around this side so you can see. Okay. They got them mounted on rims.
Yep. So what this is our TUI Legacy brand, Traction Unlimited Incorporated. So we developed a line of pulling tires from 15.5 to 30.5 32s. So we've got a proprietary tread compound, soft flexible sidewall.
It's harder on the outside, softer on the sides.
Correct.
You think of maybe like a top fuel dragster is flexing a little bit when they come off the line to get extra bite.
Exactly.
But you don't want to wear this lug. You want it to hold strong.
Correct. We want to try. So my philosophy has always been to keep as much rubber on any tire we're working on, to try to provide a product that's going to last our customer a long time. So we kind of pack that into this particular line of tires. We are utilizing existing ag molds, so we're not creating our own molds. And this is just our display here.
And this wants to run to the bottom because this is a cut tire.
Yeah, so this is the basic, what we call a top cut, literally like it sounds, just cutting the top of the lug.
They just cut maybe an inch or two off.
And some guys like them even short, so just.
And this will be for a lower horsepower, maybe like more stock antique or.
Typically, it's associated with antique pulling, but there is a lot of classes running 18.4s and 20.8s with a lot of horsepower, even mile-an-hour restricted. So it's a very big market for us.
So mile-an-hour restricted, that makes sense.
Kind of like bracket racing and drag racing. Supposed to limit the cost, but we all know how that works out.
And as you come around, you can see.
So let's go this way.
Yeah.
So that's our top cut, pretty basic.
You can see there's no cutting here, just the top, like you said.
Yep. And then we move on to a variation of a full cut. Some people call it full cut. Some people call it a single cut. Same thing. We're basically cutting the top and the front of the bar.
And this kind of is like a timeline. If you go back to when his dad was pulling over there, you see that over there, they would have been doing just a top cut.
Yep, that's pretty well.
Back in the 60s, early 70s. By the 80s, this is what we were doing.
Yep.
And by the 90s, you'll see that here in a little bit. You can see the front cuts.
Yep. A little different variation of a full cut here. And then, as you mentioned, we started getting into what we call the double cuts.
And this double cut's what you have seen the modifieds running into the late 90s.
Yep.
This is before, we'll visit Bob Parks here in a moment, and they go to a more custom tire yet.
Yep, so that's the basics of our tractor and our tractor pulling tires and what we can do with them.
Well, that's great. And Lincoln even has some neat little stuff. You got like garden or look at this little guy right over here. This will fit on a pedal tractor.
Yeah, just kind of a neat little piece.
Just a neat little display. And guys, everybody loves them little pedal tractors with the kids. So it makes your kids' little pedal tractor look a little extra special. Yeah, look at that. That's just a really neat little piece. And I like the little logbook.
Yeah, so we kind of come up with the logbook. I used to drag race, and I'd always kept track of where we were, what we do, atmospheric conditions and whatnot, for tunability and repeatability. And that's what I try to focus on with my customers, is just doing what they do and do it better than anyone else. So we developed this logbook. I don't believe it exists in tractor pulling, but I think it could be a good, useful tool for guys.
Definitely a useful tool, especially for some of us older guys that are more analog.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not quite so digital yet.
Yeah, we're not quite all there.
Yeah. Well, Lincoln, I appreciate your time. Your very professional equipment display here. Very nice. You have a great day and enjoy Bowling Green.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
We're at Pulltown, Bowling Green. I'm with a gentleman. If you're a polling fan, you might not know him, but if you're into polling, you definitely know this gentleman, Bob Parks. He's been in the business for longer than just about any other tractor puller. And he is the man responsible for these tires. He's one of the top guys behind that old double cut design. I'll let him kind of tell you a little bit of the story behind his tires and the double cuts. Bob, go ahead.
Okay, well, started out with the pulling. They had all traction field and road, which was basically a tire that was 30 inches wide in the 30.5, but it had a rounded carcass. And then when they come out with the all-track 23 degree, which was a long bar, short bar, everybody thought that Firestone shorted us because they were only 28 inches wide, but the carcass was flatter and the sidewall bulged out. And once you got them cut, they were 29 inches. And then after a few years of cutting those, then we went from a 1/2 inch to a 3/8 bar, and then we double cut those to put 48 bars on there, and that's where the standard for 48 actually came from. And we cut them down to 3/16, and that was good for until 2000, and in actually 2001, it was supposed to come out in 2000. The Puller 2000 30.5 came out in 2001. And then about 2005 or 6, they come out with the 24.5 by 32. And the 30.5, they actually came to my place and wanted a lot of information. But then I asked them what they were going to do for me, and everybody got quiet. So I quit saying what I thought they could know. But that was a long time ago. So everything's changed since then. And they were just about ready to start building the mold, and Art Arfon calls me. He says, you got to call them. They're going to put a 1/2 inch lug on there, 1/2 inch tall lug. And so I convinced them to put a 1/4 inch.
So let's take a look at those tires. You can show us, if you're fans and you want to see what ply it is, you can look here on the tire. And this one here, you can see 12 ply. And you're also going to want to look at the names on the side, like you say, Mitas, Parks. This is his older design. He has a new design. Check this out. We all love this. Made in the USA. That's another awesome thing. And there's our manufacturer, Titan. So, and you can see he was talking about the tread height. And what are these start out raw?
This one's 7.1 millimeters, so it's in between 1/4 and 5/16.
Okay.
And most of the classes, they run shorter tread than that. The Super Farm's the only one they might run a little taller tread.
So everybody can see this tire now. This is kind of a little bit of history. This, you can see over there is what the old ones look like. And you can also notice the difference. Look at non-mounted and mounted. You can see quite a difference. Now this one has a decent amount of air in it too. This is probably what, 8-10 pounds?
No, it only has 2 or 3 pounds.
Oh wow, so this is only 2 pounds of air. Look at the difference. That is amazing. That's, well, there's no weight on, but still.
A 24.5 is a more rounded tire than a 30.5.
Okay, so this is a naturally rounder design. I did not know that. Than this one is. So we'll get out and we'll look at some of the tires.
This tire here is 207 3/4 to 10 psi. But once we do the hardening and posted plating, it'll be anywhere from 209 to 211. Even though 210 are limit, a lot of times they'll go to 211, and after you run it, it'll shrink back down, so it'll be under the 210.
So they actually heat treat these tires to put a harder surface on the outside, but you try to keep the sidewall a little bit softer.
The tread surface has a real hard rubber compound, and the sidewall is a very soft rubber compound.
So if you take a durometer and check this, unlike a dragster tire where it's really soft, it's really hard. These tires have better wear life, and they just bite better, being a little bit harder. But they still want it to grip like you see a top fuel dragster where it wrinkles a little bit on the sidewall. So they get a best of both worlds with these tires. Oh yes, and all the new tires will be having this Parks design on them. And you can see on this one, I believe it was an 8-ply. So when you're looking at different tractors in the field, kind of look, different classes run 8-ply, some run 12, some run 10. Check it out. These tires, they all maintain a very similar circumference, OD rollout. And is that what it is for this one?
That's back to the build date.
Okay.
23rd week of 25. This is the last 3 numbers of the serial number.
And there's our circumference.
In PSI, there's the tread width, and there's the barometer reading.
And that's so they can match these tires. So when you buy a set from Bob, these things will be almost identical. So your tractor will run straight down the track.
And if we have enough of them the same size, then we go ahead and match the weight. The weight's all the same.
Oh, so they also even match the weight. They go that much detail. That's pretty impressive. Being we have a lot of vehicles behind us, we're starting to run, get ready for the show. We'll probably have to cut it short a little bit. But Bob was also one of the innovators. Bob was one of the innovators behind the first tire cutting as well. He had a machine that cut almost everybody's tires back in the day. Couldn't tell you how many. Probably 2/3 of
It was the
tractor
first
pull.
tire cutting machine out there. I had an idea and a machine shop at home. He did a lot of work for Scheid, and he liked tractor pulling, which he passed away about 3 or 4 years ago. And it's a sad deal because everything in my shop that's been made, he made it. So his memory's always there.
That's great. Well, Bob, I really appreciate all this information, and you're a wealth of knowledge. And if you're one of the fans and you get a chance to stop down and just talk to him, he has a wealth of knowledge. You can gain so much more information about tractor pulling, because this is what puts all that power to the ground. Without these, you aren't pulling near as much. And this is one of the main innovators behind that technology. Thanks for watching, and thanks, Bob,
Thank you.
for everything.